Okay, if everyone wants to stand up, let's look at the pledge.
8:02 p.m.
Pledge allegiance to the
flag
flag.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Rob, do you want to say an invocation for us? Sure.
Father God, thank you for this opportunity to gather together today, Lord, to allow this to be a meeting that honors you and brings you glory. Lord, be with us all as we travel back home today. And Lord, just allow us to have the direction to be able to lead in a way that glorifies you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we'll do roll call.
Yeah.
Trustee Adolph? Here. Trustee Bonomo?
Here.
Trustee Conley?
Here.
Trustee Rivera?
Here.
Supervisor Ballich?
Here.
We have a quorum?
Okay, we got public comments. Did anyone sign up?
Yes. Keith? Greg?
Hi, just getting a look at your budget, but it wasn't available online, so I just had it for, the last minute or so, and that was one of the things I'd like to address is, can you guys put all of your packing information online so that we can see these things ahead of time, specifically budgets? But another thing is, I'd like to know specifically, this road district budget, how many miles do you anticipate this is for? Because it looks very similar to the road district budget that was for the previous 153 miles before the Village of Homer Glen took over the lion's share of those miles. And I still see like commissioner salary of $30,000, which I know that this budget reflects only half of the commissioner's salary, so that would put the commissioner's salary somewhere around $60,000, which is what it was previously for the road district commissioner when it was a 153 mile district. And I know that last November there was an ordinance passed dropping that down to $15,000 for anything under 20 miles. So can you tell us how many miles this is for?
I won't answer that question now as public comment, but I'll answer it in the public hearing, which is right next.
Excellent.
So you don't have to repeat it. I know what you
Okay.
asked.
Thank you.
All right, that's all that we have for public
That's it?
comments.
Okay, now we need a motion to go into the public hearing.
Motion on the hearing?
Motion by Matt,
I'll second the motion.
second by Mike. Roll call.
Trustee Adolph? Yes. Trustee Bonomo?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
Trustee Rivera?
Yes.
Supervisor Ballich?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you had a public comment. We had a public comment here by Keith, and it's a good question. And the answer to that is we were advised by our attorney and by the county to use this levy because Mr. DeVivo, who is no longer with us, passed away during the whole mess. He was in the hospital and everything else, so we had to just go with what we had from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're not intending on using all this money, obviously, it's too much money. So it's gonna go back in the form of a rebate. But we don't know how much or anything, because we don't even know what it's gonna cost to do this. So the bottom line is, on advice of our attorney and when I talked to the guy at the county, we had to get it done, and this is what we were advised to do. So, in your question, the miles, we have 20.6 or 8?
Just under 21.
Just under 21 miles of road here. We got a breakdown by the fraction if you want, but that's what we have here. And the levy in the future will be for the 21 miles of road, basically. And did I answer all your questions? I'm not sure.
Kind of. During the whole turnover of most of the road miles to the Village of Homer Glen, the breakdown was 15 miles left over as the 15 or 18 miles left
Well,
over.
we went and
It wasn't accurate.
Brent can answer how he came up with that, if you want, Brent. 'Cause
The
he
county provides a printout of the motor fuel tax mileage, which was 18 on the nose. The issue was it didn't match the map. The map shows what's unincorporated and each municipal boundary. And I went over it with a fine-tooth comb and it was incorrect. So one thing that we're looking into is repetitioning the county to get more money for MFT because the mileage is low. And I documented what I think was the errors, and that's where we're at.
Where can we find that breakdown of all of those miles? Which ones
It's
considered
an exhibit
unincorporated?
of the new IGA. I don't know if it's something that.
With the village? And I'm assuming.
I shouldn't say new IGA because the lawsuit was dropped, so I think, I took the old IGA and I modified it, and I can provide that if Township allows me to.
We can dig it out somewhere, because it's not actually a document that we have where if you void it, we tell you we don't have the document. But, you know, I'll see if
So
I
again,
can
looking at the,
find something.
at the Homer Township wage and benefit compensation schedule for elected officials that's on the current website, it says that the road district commissioner will be paid $60,000 unless it falls below 20 miles.
That was never changed above what it was before. The old IGA is still in force.
This has nothing to do with the IJ. This is just strictly
No,
the
there's
compensation
something-
through the township.
No, what's, you're basing that on what the pay, that, you know, that's the pay for 4 years, period. Can't change nothing.
No, but it says that the township road district is, unless the township road district is abolished, the commissioner's salary and benefits will be eliminated. If the township road district's total responsibility for roads is less than 20 miles, the commissioner's salary will be reduced to $15,000 annually without insurance or pension benefits. So again, going through the whole division of the assets and everything through the village of Homer Glen and the city of Lockport and the unincorporated areas, it was said that those miles ranged from 15 to 18. Now it's 20.6.
No, you're correct, but what you're saying, but you're wrong in the fact that you have the wrong number. When Mr. DeVivo figured it out, he was going by a wrong number. We have the actual number to the, I think it's the 4th decimal point. So that it's like every street right to the 4th decimal point. So it's the 4th or 5th decimal point.
4.
It's 4 decimal points into each one. And, you know, like I said, you couldn't void it because it's not a document, but I can find it out and I'll make sure you get a copy of it.
Thank you.
But I don't have to, just so you know, you know, in the spirit of letting you know you're not getting ripped off, I will, you know, show you the document.
You'll show us the
I'll
breakdown
find
of those
it.
miles.
I'll find it, and, you know, since it's inside of one of the IGAs.
I don't understand how it's inside an IGA if it has nothing to do with an IGA. It has not, this is only the road miles that are left over as the
Because there
unincorporated.
was a lot of things in the original IGA that were wrong. Okay, so we had to correct all the things that were wrong. So, you know, not to get into each different thing because it's not part of this here conversation, really. But,
Well, I mean, that 0.6 miles is what tips the scales
Right, but I
between
can
$15,000
show
and
you,
$60,000.
I got proof I could show you, okay?
Okay, well, you don't have to show me, I mean, show the township.
Well,
It's the township money,
You know what?
not just mine.
You know, I don't have, there is no document per se. I have to go find where it's at and lift it out. It's not a big deal. But there isn't an actual document, like if you FOIA'd it, there is no document for road miles. You know, how many it is. It was made for the corrections of the errors of the IGA, the original IGA. So that's in the new IGA. Where? I don't know. I gotta find it. And I told you I would do that for you.
And I said I appreciate that, but I don't understand when you keep saying it has to do with an IGA. This has nothing, sir. This has nothing to do with an
It had
IGA.
something
This
to do
is,
with the IGA, and that's why we put it in.
this is specifically the road miles that are unincorporated, that are their sole
Keith,
responsibility of.
let me just tell you, the attorney said it had to be in there.
If this is
so we
public
said
comment,
that.
can I comment?
I'm just, you're saying your opinion, and I'm telling you,
I'm
the
saying it has
attorney
nothing
told
to do
us
with
we have to
IGA.
do it the way we did it.
This is
If
specifically
you don't like
miles
that,
that-
I'm sorry, the attorney told us the way to do it.
And the attorney's
we're-
not even here tonight. So you guys are having a meeting without even an
Because-
attorney for a budget meeting. I think that's a little odd also, but
Well, you know
That's a whole
what,
other
I
issue.
didn't think we'd have a problem here, so I didn't want to waste the money to bring him here for it. How about that one?
how about this? You
And
should
you know
always
what?
anticipate a
Keith,
problem in a
Keith.
public meeting.
Keith, I told you, I'll get you the thing, and that's about all I can do for you.
Okay.
Now, if you want to
I guess
go
that's the
on
best I'm
about-
gonna get tonight, so.
You know what, if you want to play, hardball,
I'm not
boy,
playing
you
hardball.
won't get nothing because there's no document.
Listen, nobody wants to play a hardball, but you do have to understand that from a resident's point of view, if you're gonna pay $60,000 instead of $15,000, we're gonna know why. You get that, right?
I just told you, I can
and
show, you want it, I'll show it to you too. So I'm gonna
It'd
dig
be
it out.
great if you could provide it, if you could tell us maybe like the next 30 days.
No,
next
you'll
couple
get it
weeks.
before that, I'll dig it
Okay.
out tomorrow.
Awesome. And where could we find it when
I
you
will
have
put
it?
it on our website.
Okay. I just wanna make sure you understand there's a reason people wanna know.
No, I get it, but
Okay.
you know what, I'm getting questions why we do something a certain way, and the answer is because the attorney told us.
I thought we were gonna be all transparent with this new.
I don't answer that question, you know what, if you're gonna start fights, I don't even want you in the room, I'll call the cops and have you removed, so just watch how you talk.
Bottom line is the miles have to match the map.
But we
Period.
don't know if that is even the case yet, right?
Well, that's what I'm going, as
You're
road
working on
commissioner,
that.
that's what I did it based on.
Okay.
I have a printout from the county,
Mhm.
I checked it against the map, it didn't match.
Right.
It's
And
pretty
you went to
simple.
somebody else with that
So
information.
which is correct, the MFT or the county map? The county map is what I'm supposed to go by.
So who resolves that then? Who says what we go by?
I resolved it, I gave the new mileage. If you want to take the map and look at the white areas and check
So,
my math,
but you
you're
understand why
welcome
that
to.
feels like a conflict of interest, right? So like, is there somebody else from the county who could verify what you've found?
The county came up with the map, there was never an enumeration except for the MFT list. That's it.
So no, there's nobody, there's no third party who could say
Well,
what
I
Brent
know how
found
to
is.
solve it. You could take the map and then go hire somebody to
That's not my-
find out that he
That's
did
not my
it right.
responsibility though.
Well, whatever, I'm just trying to tell you, there's nothing wrong, and if you think there's something wrong,
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. I'm thinking from a fair perspective. If there's, Brent says,
As far as I'm
Yes, someone says
concerned,
no.
if it's 15,000, that's all I get.
sure.
I don't need
but
the
if
rest
it's
of the
not-
money,
it's-
because I
you
have a
know what?
full-time
If it's
job.
more
So
miles,
if that's what you guys are asking about, I take the lower salary. I'm not gonna take the 60, I don't need it.
What
I'm
we're-
going based on what's on
I
the
understand,
on the
I
township's
don't, I
website.
just gave the
This is
mileage.
something I came
All
up
I did was give the mileage. That thing you're talking about, if it's under 20 or not, it doesn't matter to me, okay?
I had never
I
heard
have no
20.6 before.
problem, I have no problem taking the lower salary. I want everybody to know that in the room, because you're all looking at me.
we're looking because we're having a
You're-
conversation, but
You're looking at me and you're accusing me of raising the mileage artificially,
at no
so I
point did
get more
I say
money.
you raised the
That's
mileage.
not the case.
Hey, if that's-
Nobody
if
said
I see
that.
what you're all looking at.
If that's the impression I gave you, then I apologize.
one at
That's
a
not the
time,
case.
one at a,
That's not the case.
One
I
at a
came up
time.
with a number, okay? I'm an engineer, I'm good with numbers, I'm good with scaling maps, that's what I do for a living. I came up with 20.6.
Okay,
That's
let
what
me see.
agrees with the map,
Brent,
okay?
nobody's accusing you of raising it to get more money.
Well, that's what
We're
you've been
ju-
bringing up. Did you
Okay,
know
but
that it
we're-
was reduced from 60,000 to
It's
whatever,
okay
based
for
on
people
18?
to ask questions when it's a
I understand
significant
that, I'm
amount of
just
money.
Excuse me.
I'm just trying to tell all
All
of you,
I'm
it
trying to say
doesn't
is
matter to me.
that the budget you just put in my hand reflects $60,000
Okay,
salary.
okay.
excuse me, are you done?
I just want to say, Brent,
So-
hand to God, nobody's accusing you. I'm not, I
Okay.
can speak for myself, I'm not accusing you of raising the mileage to get more money. What
I
I'm
wouldn't do
saying
that.
is that.
I wouldn't do that.
And I, that's fine, I don't believe you would, okay? But what I'm saying is, understand that as a resident, I want to know where's the checks and balances. So, no offense, but just because you say so.
So we just, like
good
Steve
enough for
said,
me.
we adopted exactly what they had last year. Mike was not available to discuss budgets, obviously, he was in intensive care in the hospital. I couldn't pick his brain for anything.
Right.
So the county advised us to use exactly what they had last year. I didn't look through the numbers of last year, we just took what was there last year. So whatever it said for salary, I don't know what it was. So that was it. We didn't adjust any numbers.
I'm not referring to salary, I'm
We used
referring
the
to
exact same
miles.
budget, and we're gonna give out rebates. Whatever's not used
Uh-huh.
is gonna go back to the taxpayers.
Sure.
That's only fair.
Right, that would be great. I'm not referring to salary in any way.
But I'm just saying, that's the way it should be.
Right. Okay.
And we don't know what's gonna cost to run 1 year on 20.6 miles, because it's never been done.
Yeah.
We have no basis. Next year would be adjusted for that.
Sure.
But this year, we don't have that knowledge, we don't have that data,
Okay.
okay?
Okay,
Is that,
No.
trying to help.
Well, again, you're saying that I'm accusing you of something, and I'm not. I walked in here, and you saw that the clerk gave me a copy of the budget. Excuse me, the supervisor asked me to wait, now I'd like you to hear me. It says, it reflects right in here, $30,000 for the commissioner's salary.
And we
That's
blindly
half
just
of
took the
the.
same thing from last year.
But why
and put it
would we
this
when we
year.
know that it's not
We have no
anywhere
data
near
to
as
change any of the
what it was
line
last
items.
year?
And we're just gonna rebate the difference, that's all, that's all.
So you're gonna take in all
I have no
the.
backup for any of the items, none.
No, but you're gonna take in the full levy that the road district took in when it was 153 miles. And you know that it has dropped down.
I don't know what to adjust for 20.6
Well, we
miles.
know that we could probably go down by a factor of 80% easily and probably
Well,
still
then
be
you don't have enough money. And then where are you
But-
gonna get the money?
half then.
Once again, okay, we're taking last year's budget, we're rebating the difference. That's the way we're doing it.
And again, we're talking about two different things. Last year's levy and last year's budget are two different things. You're taking last year's levy and saying you're going to rebate it. But you're also passing a budget tonight, which gives you the authority to spend it.
I ain't gonna spend all of it.
The whole thing is,
As you said, how do you know what you need? How do we know what you are going to spend, what you're not going to?
we're gonna do it the right way, and we're not gonna just say we're gonna do something unless we're gonna do it. We are gonna rebate the money that's left over. How much is that? I don't know. Brent don't know. I don't think anybody that's in this room has a clue. The only thing
No, we
I
don't,
can tell
because
you is-
your one-page agenda only says, consider a motion to pass the budget. It says nothing about this is a
Yeah,
budget that
because
is based on
We're not-
numbers that no
it's
longer
not
exist, and
based
we'll
on
rebate that.
It's not based on
money.
that. We're based on taking the whole budget, that's what we're doing. We're taking the budget, and whatever we don't need, that's something that we talk about at a different time. But we don't know what we need. And so, you know what? If you want to blame somebody, blame God for making poor Mr. DeVivo go in the hospital, and he couldn't do this himself. Because he was supposed to do it, not us.
Well, I don't think there's anybody to blame. I think it's just a matter of.
It's no
I
blame,
think
that's what I'm
there's-
trying to say. You're going, why are you
No,
doing
no,
this, why are you doing that?
I'm saying that
We
we're-
weren't even in the office yet, and we had to work through
You've been in
this
the
mess.
office for a month and a half, I believe. So
This
the thing
here
that comes
stuff-
down to is
This
that
here stuff had to get posted.
these items have been known, and I think that a little more diligence should have
Okay,
been
I
placed
think
on
we killed this,
changing this
I
number.
think we killed
I
this.
don't think we have. I
Unless
think
you got more to
I
say
think
here.
you
I'm just
discount the
not-
residents a little too
we're not
often,
gonna
too
reply
fast,
anymore to
Supervisor
comments,
Balich.
okay?
I think you need to give the taxpayers of this community a little more say in what is going on in this room or over in the old township admin building. You seem to cut everybody off when they don't sing your tune. You didn't seem to always like that when you were sitting out in the cheap seats, and I think that you maybe might want to be a little bit more cognizant of that. That's something that we could probably
Well, thank
all
you,
work on,
Keith.
so.
Thank you, Keith.
Let's move on to B.
Okay, is there anybody else that got a comment on something? All right.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the Homer Township Road District budget as presented.
I'll second.
You want to call the roll, Vicki?
Sure. Trustee Adolph? Yes. Trustee Penomo?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
Trustee Rivera?
Yes.
Supervisor Balich?
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, so let's make a motion to end the public hearing.
Motion to end the public hearing,
A motion.
Second.
second by Angela.
Uh,
Motion, you can call the roll call.
Sure. Trustee Adolph? Yes. Trustee Penomo?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
Trustee Rivera?
Yes.
Supervisor Balich?
Yes. Okay, number 6 is a motion to approve the rent adjustment for Founder's Crossing to take effect September 1st, 2021 and March 1st, 2022. Need a motion on that? The rent adjustment is $50.
A motion to adjust the rent.
I'll second the motion.
Call the roll, please.
Sure. Trustee Adolph? Yes. Trustee Bonomo?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
Trustee Rivera?
Yes.
Supervisor Balich?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. We don't need that, we don't need that. Motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Seniors.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
That's it. Meeting adjourned.